Today, I have the honor and privilege of meeting with Mr. Richard Marin, the developer of soon to be the tallest observation wheel in the world. Today, I'm with Mr. Richard Marin. So nice to meet you. I did want to ask you a couple questions about preparing Staten Island for this New York wheel. Why did you pick Staten Island and St. George?
Sure. We proposed this several years ago to the city. The city is actually the one who pointed us to Staten Island. So they issued the request and we submitted, and we came to a deal, if you will, with the city in the form of a pre-development agreement. Put in our time with the agencies and the city officials, not just to get the approval we now have, but to make sure everybody was comfortable and happy with what we were building. So now we are closing on the lease, meaning literally signing the documents in the next few days. And that means that sometime in 2014, probably by the end of the summer or thereabouts, we will start sort of putting the shovel in the ground and start the process of building the wheel.
What is the difference between the wheel and a Ferris wheel?
When George Ferris built his Ferris wheel, his cabins, which are actually quite large, they were sort of the size of trolley cars, and they fit 70 people. It was a very wide wheel this way. An observation wheel is an enclosed capsule. A Ferris wheel is technically an open capsule.
A magnificent structure as the New York wheel. How is something like that built?
Since the London Eye was built around 1999 and 2000, there have become specialized people who really designed this. In many ways, and by the way, we're using a fellow who was the lead designer and lead project manager for the London Eye. So we're using a team of people that include the people who have been doing this for the last 10 or 12 years. What I'm going to tell you is, and this is going to sound funny, but a wheel is not much more than a round bridge. When you think about a bridge, it's steel and it's cabling. And it's a lot of structural engineering, you know, a lot of simulation with computers and everything else. That's what this is. This is basically a round kinetic bridge. And it's funny because the people who build these things are generally bridge builders. This little thing here at the center is the spindle. It's like the axle. And so you have in there ball bearings, just like you do in anything that turns, to keep it as low friction as possible. And it's so delicately balanced, so precisely balanced from an engineering standpoint that, you know, this whole wheel takes very little energy to turn because it's got bearings in there that are higher than the ceiling of this room. They're 8 to 10 feet in diameter size bearings. And those are big ball bearings, quite frankly. And they help this thing be smooth in its operation. And then at the bottom you have drives, and you have stabilizers and brakes. So you know how a brake works on a bicycle? It grips the tire, or actually grips the rim. Well, we grip the rim in the same way when we stabilize it. We do it with 2 at the bottom, but at the same way, there are drives down here that drive the rim and turn it. So the wheel turns at a rate of 10 inches per second, which means it's a 38-minute rotation, which is just the perfect ride for you know, people to be both enjoying all that there is to see, not having it be too long so they either get bored or have to go to the restroom, and at the same time it's long enough to really have an enjoyable ride. These capsules are 10 meters by 5 meters. That's very large when you think about it. Go step that off once. That's like 37 feet long, and they fit 40 people in them, and we will be able to use them for, besides sort of the regular viewing where there's a small seating bench inside, and most people are standing up to be at the glass. They will be able to set them up for dining events, so that you can have catered events in here. And we have some that we can set up for soft seating so that you can actually have a interesting cocktail party if you want. This whole wheel weighs about 17 million pounds. That's a lot of steel. That's a lot of steel. Yeah. And by the way, each one of these capsules is air conditioned and heated. and it's a closed environment. There's closed circuit television. There's going to be interesting screens. We're going to have what's called augmented reality screens. And what that means is that, for instance, when you're looking at the the Statue of Liberty, there might be, you're looking through this glass screen, and there might be like 3 little buttons here that are on the glass. And what they'll tell you to do is, if you'd like to see the history of the statue or the building of the statue, you you touch the button in a virtual sense, and up will come a history, a little historical film right there on the glass while you're looking at the Statue of Liberty. We have 3 themes: visual New York Harbor,
Yes.
obviously. Number 2 is technology, high tech, and number 3 is sustainability.
This is really quite an exciting project that's coming to Staten Island's North Shore, and it has been an absolute pleasure meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Thank you
Holly.
so much
Sure thing.
for all this wonderful information, and thank you for watching North Shore Buzz, and have an extraordinary day.